All right, let's talk about one of the biggest and honestly most dangerous misunderstandings out there when it comes to solar and battery setups. We're going to unpack the critical difference between a 5 kilowatt hour battery and a 5 kilowatt inverter.
And this right here, this is the core of the issue. You see those two numbers, 5 and 5, and it feels right, doesn't it? It seems so perfectly balanced. But the thing is, that assumption is exactly where systems don't just underperform, but they actually fail under a real-world load.
So this whole myth really comes down to confusing two very different things: how much power you can pull out right this second versus how long you can actually keep pulling it. And getting that wrong is what sets a system up for failure right from the start.
Okay, so to really bust this myth wide open, we've got to get the fundamentals straight. We're going to separate the ideas of power and energy. They might sound similar, but believe me, they do completely different jobs in your system.
Now, this is a great way to look at it. On the left, you've got power, measured in kilowatts. Think of this as speed and demand. It's how fast you can use electricity. That's the inverter's whole purpose. Then on the right, you have energy in kilowatt hours. This is all about volume and storage. It's how much electricity you actually have in the tank. That's the battery's job, speed versus volume.
Let's zero in on the battery for a sec. A 5 kilowatt hour rating, it just means it's a container of a certain size. It could give you a ton of power for a very short time, or just a little trickle for a really long time. The kWh rating tells you how much it holds, not how fast it can push it out.
So, what about the inverter? Well, it's the power gate, not the container. A 5 kilowatt inverter is built to handle a big 5,000 watt load from your appliances. It's just a converter. And this leads us to the most important question of all. The inverter is making a huge demand, but can the battery actually feed it fast enough to keep up?
And that very question gets us to the real problem here, the hidden stress. This isn't about runtime anymore. This is about the insane amount of current a powerful inverter yanks from the battery and pulls through all the wiring.
I love this analogy because it just makes so much sense. Your small 5 kilowatt hour battery is that little garden hose. Your big 5 kilowatt inverter running at full steam is the fire engine trying to suck water through it. You can picture it, right? Something is going to give. The physics just does not work.
Now, the stress we're talking about can actually be measured. It's called current, and its unit is amps. And the amount of current being pulled out of that battery is determined by this simple formula right here. It's the power your inverter wants divided by the voltage of your battery system.
So let's put some real numbers to this. For a standard 48-volt battery system, a 5,000 watt inverter is pulling a continuous 104 amps from that battery. That is a huge amount of electrical current. But you know what? It can get even worse.
Now, let's say you're on a 24-volt system instead. That exact same 5,000 watt demand is now pulling over 200 amps. The stress has literally doubled. This right here is why systems fail. It's not because they ran out of energy, it's because the current is so overwhelming that it physically breaks things. And, to add insult to injury, that 5 kilowatt hour battery isn't even fully usable. With modern lithium batteries, you really only use about 90% of the stored juice to protect the battery's long-term health. So that theoretical 1 hour of runtime at full blast, it just got even shorter.
Okay, so we've established all this stress. Now let's see what actually happens. What physically breaks or shuts down when you put a mismatched system like this under a really heavy load?
This is the question I see all over the forums. People say their system just cuts out for no reason when they turn on a big appliance. But the thing is, it's not random at all. It's completely predictable physics, and it's a direct symptom of this very mismatch.
So here are the usual suspects. An appliance with a motor, like a pump, kicks on and creates this massive surge of power demand. The battery's little safety brain, the BMS, might see that as a dangerous short circuit and just shut everything down to protect itself. Or the voltage can sag so much that the inverter just cuts off. And the absolute worst case scenario, the wires get dangerously hot and create a real fire risk.
Okay, so we've seen the problem pretty clearly. How do we fix it? We need to completely throw out that 5 equals 5 myth and replace it with a much smarter way of thinking, a framework for designing a system that's truly balanced and safe.
A truly balanced system has to respect all 4 of these pillars. Your battery is your energy buffer, sure. The inverter is your power gate, but just as critically, your wiring has to be a superhighway that's thick enough to handle the current. And the BMS, the battery management system, has to be an intelligent controller that can actually handle the inverter's huge demands.
All 4 parts have to be matched up correctly.
And let's be absolutely clear about what's at stake. This isn't just about performance or your system being a bit finicky. Mismatching these components creates a genuine safety hazard. When high-current DC systems fail, they don't give you a polite little warning. The failure is sudden and it can be catastrophic.
So what it all boils down to is this. You have to decide if you're building a system based on simple marketing math, where 5 equals 5, or one that's based on real-world physics. Physics demands that you look way beyond those simple numbers and think about the relationship between current, voltage, and heat, and make sure all 4 pillars of your system are truly in balance.
And that's the question I really want to leave you with. Take a hard look at your own setup, or the one you're planning to build. Is it just a collection of parts with matching numbers on the box? Or is it a truly integrated system that's designed to handle the incredible physical stresses it's actually going to face? Because understanding that difference, that's what separates a system that works from one that's doomed to fail.